really start Amazon FBA with only $1,000 to $1,500? The answer is yes. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it step by step. I know it can feel overwhelming. Most people think that you need $5,000 to $10,000 to get started. But the truth is, if you are strategic and smart with your money, you can launch your product on Amazon, your first product, with a smaller budget, like $1,000 to $1,500. And I will share with you the exact strategies I use and that I recommend to moms who want to start a side income by selling on Amazon without sacrificing the precious time with your kids. Okay, step 1. Set realistic expectations. So first things first. Let's get real about what's possible with a low budget. With $1,000 to $1,500, you are not going to launch a product that takes over the entire Amazon market right away. But what you can do is you can launch the product and learn the ropes, start generating sales, and reinvest it back into your business. Think of it like planting a seed. You are not looking for overnight riches. You are building something that grows steadily and gives you financial freedom in the long term. If you manage your budget wisely, your first product can generate $1,000 to $2,000 per month in profit. And from there, you can snowball into multiple products. Okay, step number 2. Product research on a budget. I will hop onto Helium 10 and show you how I do product research for a product on a tight budget. So product research is the most important step. If you choose a wrong product, no amount of money will save you. So for low budget, I like to choose products that are lightweight and small, which means that they are first easier to ship and also cheaper to manufacture. I also like to stay away from oversized products because they will have higher storage Amazon FBA fees, and also they will be much more expensive to ship. The price of a product, I like to look at products between $19 and $40. So I have enough profit margin, but also they are not too expensive for the buyers and they are not too expensive to manufacture, because the higher price product, the higher price per unit when you want to buy the product on Alibaba. So for product research, I like to use Helium 10. This is a great tool. I recommend it to all people who want to save time when doing product research, especially for moms who don't have enough time, as I am a mom and I know how little time I have. So this tool will save you a lot of time, will also save you money in costly mistakes. It gives you all the data that you need to make an informed decision, and you can also use it later on for keyword research when you write your product listing, and also for keyword research for your pay-per-click campaigns. So in Helium 10, the great tool for product research is Black Box. You can find it here, product research and Black Box. So Black Box allows you to search for thousands of products that are on Amazon, and you give the specific criteria that you are looking for. So you can search for products, you can also search for keywords by setting the specific filters. You can also search by niche. But in this video, I will show you how to search for products using the Products tab. Okay, so first we need to define the category. So you can choose any category that you want here, but make sure that you stay away from electronics and from personal beauty care, from supplements, because they have a higher liability and more regulations are involved for selling them. I also like to stay away from clothing, too many variations, and also from books, from camera, photo, CDs. So what I like to choose is maybe arts and crafts, baby products, but with baby products you need to make sure that if you choose a baby product, you need to make sure that it has also all the certifications like CE certifications and other stuff. I'm not a lawyer, so I cannot advise you on this, so please do your own research. Baby products, or for example, home and kitchen and dining you can also choose. Office products you can also choose. Patio, lawn and garden. Pet supplies, I like to choose pet supplies. Sports and outdoors are also good. Tools and home improvements. But for this case, I will just choose those 4. Okay. Price. So between $19 and $40, as we discussed before. ASIN revenue, at least $5,000. So if you're on a low budget, $5,000 is at least the least revenue that you are looking for in a product. If you're on a higher budget, then you can look for products with higher amounts of revenue. So review rating, maximum 3.9, so you have room for improving the product. Review count, maximum 500, so it's not too competitive. Too competitive niches tend to be more expensive to sell, more you need to spend more money for pay-per-click campaigns, etc. So the weight, maximum 2 pounds, so it's lightweight, it doesn't weigh a lot, so it's cheaper to ship. And listing age, minimum 7 months, so we are looking at listings that are already selling on Amazon and are not new. Okay, and we can click search. Okay, so it gave us a bunch of ideas, a bunch of products that you can potentially sell. We also need to validate it further. So this is just an initial product research. After doing this, I check all the other stuff on Amazon. So all the demands, the competition. I have a specific product validation Excel sheet that I follow when I choose the final product to sell. If you want to get that, just email me at hello@passiveincomebymom.com. I also have a video where I specifically talk about how I choose the final product to sell. So you can watch this, and I will put a link in the description below. So this is just an initial product research to see what products we can potentially sell. Okay, so here are the columns. So this is the price of a product, the bestseller rank, and also the ASIN revenue here. Okay, and let's see what we have here. Cozy Corner Kids Reading. Okay, this may be too bulky, so too expensive to ship. This is a supplement. I tend to stay away from supplements as a beginner, even for dogs, because they are also regulated. A little too big to ship. This one, travel garment rack, portable, foldable. Okay, it's collapsible. It has bad reviews, so there is room for improvement. It's lightweight. Okay, so let's see. We can open it on Amazon. So as we can see, it folds like this, so it's small. Weight only 1.3, so this is really lightweight. You put it in a handbag, so it's small, in a travel backpack. So you can use it for camping, for some backstage, for dancers, for performers. For example, you can use it, I guess, for your child if she goes to dancing classes and she needs some clothes to change. So you can use this rack to put the clothes on this rack. Okay, and lightweight and portable. No installation, is easy to install. Okay, let's see the bad reviews, what we can improve. So it already says that the clothes garment rack has a load bearing capacity, so you cannot put a lot of clothes on this. Small storage space required. Okay, lightweight for dancers. Okay. It has the instruction. Let's see what the reviews say. Okay, so here what customers say. They appreciate the storage capacity. One note, it can hold 3 dance costumes. However, the rack's sturdiness receives negative feedback. Customers reporting it's not strong enough to hold a sheet and falls over frequently. It's not worth the price. Okay, so sturdiness. So this is the thing that we can try to improve. So we can maybe manufacture it from more sturdy metal or more sturdy aluminum. It may be more, it may weight more if we manufacture it from more sturdy material like heavier metal, but if it's under 2 pounds, it would be still fine for shipping. Mess trying to avoid it collapsing, so it collapses repeatedly. Okay, so there's room for improvement in this product. So we need to make sure that this product not collapses under 5 to 7 items, so it's more sturdy, so we can manufacture it from a more sturdy material. Okay, let's see what we have also. We can find maybe another product. Kids carpet circle seats. Okay. This earns $10,000 and the garment rack earns $7,000 per month. Okay, we have another memory foam headrest. It's also 3.8 rating and it earns $17,000. Okay, this is a lot for a product with such a low review rating. So let's see. They have only 200 reviews, so it's low for Amazon. They have 3.8 rating, so it's also low, but 500 plus bought the past month. Okay, so this is a headdress that attaches to a chair. Let's see what they say here. Attention. Compatibility. Headdress is fixed to the chair back with a 2-inch wide clip. Make sure that the thickness of your office chair is no more than 2 inches. Okay, so from the beginning we can see that if you want to improve this product, maybe you can sell the product that attaches to chairs that are thicker than 2 inches, right? It will fill the niche. Okay, see, this is suitable for chair back thickness within 5 centimeters. So if it's too thick, it won't be suitable for the chair. So we can try to see if we can manufacture a product like this headrest, but that attaches to thicker chairs, right? So what the reviews say. Some customers say it stays firmly and works well, while others report it doesn't stay in place and it's non-functional. Build quality receives mixed reviews. Flimsy. Okay, let's see what they say. Clamping setup damages the chair. Okay. Clamp is junk and iffy at best. It won't stay in place. Okay, so there are some design flaws that we can improve. So the anchor point is not very strong. It's one-sided clamp, so we can try to make the stronger clamp. Clamp system is severely lacking. Clamp is made from easily bendable metal. We can make it maybe from heavier metal that doesn't bend. Okay, so there are some things to improve. So you need to always look at reviews to look for the things that you can improve in a product. Okay, so we just found 2 potential products. You can search on Helium-10 and go through all these pages. We have 4 pages here. So this is a great way to do initial product research if you are on a low budget for products that are small, lightweight, cheap to manufacture, and that have enough demand and not the highest competition, okay? Okay, so now step 3, ordering samples. So once you find a few product ideas, your next step is to go to Alibaba and search for suppliers for these products and order some samples. So I will go quickly on Alibaba and show you how you can search for the suppliers there. Okay, so now let's go to alibaba.com and find the suppliers, the manufacturers, for our portable garment rack. okay? So here you just need to put the collapsible portable garment rack and click search. Okay, so what I like to do first, I like to set the filters. So the first filter is trade assurance. So your money is protected if the supplier doesn't manufacture or doesn't ship your products. It's protected by escrow and also the verified supplier. So it means that the supplier was checked, that the supplier exists. So let's look for a similar portable garment rack that we saw before on Amazon. So let's look for similar to this one. Let's see if we can find some. Okay, here, this one, but this is too expensive, $15. This is too expensive if we want to sell the product for $27. Let's see if we can find another one. Okay, so I have found this one. And this one has price of $8 for 500 pieces. And it's 6 years in business. So I'm always looking for manufacturers that are at least 2 years in business. So they are more reliable. And it makes sure that they don't stop producing. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to write to them and ask for the sample. So you need to contact at least 2 or 3 manufacturers and order sample from each one. Because the quality of the product will differ, believe me, it will differ between those manufacturers, okay? You can't skip this step, and this is very important, even if you are on a low budget. The one sample can cost from $50 to $100, including shipping, but you can't, this is non-negotiable. You just can't skip this, because you need to check the quality of the product first before committing to a mass production, okay? So find 3 suppliers, 2 to 3 suppliers, and write to them about the sample. So if you're on a low budget, you also need to ask them about the price for a lower quantity, okay? Here they tell you that the price is $8.30 for 500 pieces. But if you're on a low budget, you won't be able to order 500 pieces. At best, you will be able to order 200 to 300 pieces. So ask the supplier about the price for a lower amount. The price may be a little bit higher because you are ordering lower amounts, like for example $8.70 or $9. But if you're on a low budget, it's just the things that you need to do. You need to order the lower amount, like 200 pieces. So I have a whole supplier outreach template that I use to write to the suppliers. If you want to receive that, just email me at hello@passiveincomebymom.com and I will send it to you. So we have found at least the one supplier. You can look now for the other 2 and write and send them a message by clicking here, send inquiry or chat now. Okay, step number 4, improving your product. So this is a very important step, and this is where beginners go wrong. They just copy a product and sell the same product that everyone else on Amazon is selling. This is not a way to go. This is a recipe for failure, okay? Don't do it. Instead, go to Amazon, find similar products, read the negative reviews. Customers will tell you what they don't like in a product. Customers will tell you what they would like to be improved. So maybe for example, the product breaks easily. It's made from cheap material, okay? Maybe the fabric feels cheap or the packaging looks bad. There are certain things, easy things that you can improve on a low budget that will give you a better product. You can, for example, design a nicer packaging. You can also change just, for example, one small thing, for example, in a cat backpack, okay? I saw that some people, some customers say that the backpack has really thin straps that cut into the skin, okay? So you can make more padded straps. And this won't cost you a lot of money, okay, to change, to improve the product. So look for cheap ways that you can improve the product. So fix those problems with your version. Even small improvements can make your product stand out. So remember, you are not just selling a product, you are building a brand, okay? Even if you are on a low budget, it's possible to build a brand. Another important thing is to have a brand story, okay? So you can put the story on your Amazon listing in your product images. Something that other people can connect with. For example, our products are designed by moms, for moms to make everyday life easier, right? This makes the emotional connection that sets you apart. You can tell about how you created this product. You can tell why you created this product. You can tell your whole story, okay? So this will create the emotional connection when somebody reads it. And this is a very important one, that very important step that can differentiate you from other sellers. Okay, step number 5, first inventory order. So once you tested the product and made the improvements, it's time to place your first order. Here is the key for low budget sellers. Start small. Order 200 to 300 units instead of 1,000. Negotiate with the supplier. As I told you before, supplier can lower the minimum order quantity if you are testing the product, okay? Shipping will be one of your biggest costs. So there are 2 ways to ship, sea and air. Sea shipping is much cheaper. It takes a lot longer, like maybe 2 months even, but it's a lot cheaper. So if you can wait, then I advise you to ship by sea if you want to save a lot of money on shipping. Air is expensive, but if you have a small item, lightweight item, then you can also ship by air. So that's why I told you before to choose small and lightweight items. So shipping can cost anywhere between $700 to $1,000, depending on your product. So choose a product that's small, that's lightweight to ship, so you can ship by air. If you have a little bit more heavier product, then definitely ship by sea because it will be much less expensive. Step number 6, setting up your Amazon listing. So your listing is your storefront. This is what convinces the buyers to buy your product. So the most important thing in a listing are the images. But if you are on a low budget, you won't be able to hire a professional to make the photos for you. But you can actually take your own photos with your phone. Nowadays, the cameras in our phones are very good quality. So just make sure that you have a good lighting. Do it like near the window, so you have a great lighting, and also on a clean white background. So for example, on a sheet, on a bed sheet, white bed sheet, you can do the photos, or near a bright window, on a white poster board. This will work wonders. Later, when your product is making more money, then you can invest and hire a professional photographer to make much nicer photos for you. When you write a product listing, the very important thing are the keywords. So again, I advise you to use Helium-10 to search for keywords that you can use in your product listing. You need to put the keywords in your title, in your bullet points, and in your description. Because Amazon is a search engine, and the algorithm on Amazon categorizes and puts your product before the eyes of the customers, of the potential customers, depending on the keywords that you have in your title, in your bullet points, and in your description. Again, as I told you, you can just use the Helium-10 for 1 month and then cancel the subscription. So I will quickly show you on Helium-10 how you can find the potential keywords for your product listing. So for keyword research, I like to use the magnet tool. You can find it here under tools and magnet. I also like to use the Cerebro tool, but in this video I will show you the magnet tool. Okay, so I already put here my keyword. So portable travel garment rack. This is the main keyword. And here I would like to search for keywords similar to this that I can use in my pay-per-click campaigns and also in my product listing. So search volume, maximum 5,000, so this is not too competitive, and minimum 500. So this tells me that enough people are searching for it, so at least 500 searches. The word count minimum 2. So I'm looking for the keywords that are not too competitive, because one word keywords are very competitive and they can be expensive if you want to do pay-per-click campaigns. Keyword sales at least 2, okay, and see what it will show us. We have 130 keywords, so this is good. Okay, so clothes line for indoors, steaming rack. So some of those keywords are not foldable garment rack, foldable clothing rack, portable drying rack, collapsible clothes rack. Okay, so let's first put the search volume from the highest to the lowest. So here you can see the highest search volume keywords: clothing drying rack, foldable drying rack, hanging clothes rack. So you need to use those keywords in your product listing at the top, as they have the highest search volume. If you want to do pay-per-click campaigns, I advise you to first to focus on highest search volume keywords and also some of the lower search volume keywords, because they will be less expensive. If you're on a low budget, then maybe start with the lower search volume keywords, as they will be much less expensive. The bids for them will be much lower than for those with the highest search volume, okay? So here you can see the ones, and you can choose the ones that are most compatible to your product. So maybe not steamer hanger, but all the other ones are good. Another thing that I want to show you is the Magnet IQ score. So if you put it from the highest to the lowest, this tells us this is the ratio of the search volume versus the number of competing products. So the highest the score means a relatively high number of searches compared to the number of competitors. So we want to look for the highest score possible. So here there's tripod clothes drying rack. This is a very high score here. Outdoor clothes drying rack. So you can start with those keywords also, because they have a highest search volume with lower competing products. Another thing that you can look at here is the CPR. This is the amount of items you need to sell over 8 days to rank for this keyword on the top of top half of page 1. Okay, so the lower amount here, the better, because the lower amount of units of products you need to sell to rank higher on Amazon. Amazon is a search engine, so you need to rank the highest to have the highest amount of sales. So here this keyword, tripod clothes drying rack, has only 10 CPR, so it's good. Anything below 28, in my opinion, is very good. Steamer rack for clothes, so this has 11 CPR. Steamer hanger, so this is an easy way to look for potential keywords that you can include in your product listing and also in your pay-per-click campaigns. Okay, so once your listing is live, you need to run pay-per-click ads to get your first sales. So set a small daily budget. If you're on a low budget, set a budget for like $10 per day. And this is enough to get started. The goal is not massive profit right away. The goal is to get momentum, reviews, and ranking. As your product starts selling, then you can scale your ads. Remember, every dollar needs to be spent wisely at this stage, okay? Focus only on the main keywords and remove anything that's wasting the money. I have a whole video about setting up your first pay-per-click campaigns on Amazon, so I will link this in the description below. I also have a video about optimizing your campaigns on Amazon. I will also put a link in the description below. Also, I have a budget-friendly tip for you for marketing and launching your product. What I usually do is I reach to influencers, and if you're on a low budget, reach to content creators and influencers on Amazon that have low following. So, for example, 5,000 followers or less. Okay? They are much cheaper. They sometimes even do a video for free for you if you send them the product. And this can get you content and exposure without breaking the bank. Write to them if they can film a video with your product, explaining how they use it, and then they can also put it on Amazon. So you will have the videos in your product listing. Those videos are very powerful as they convince the buyers to buy. Step number 8 is to reinvest and grow. So when you start making sales, it's really tempting to pull the money and use it for your own things, right? But don't do that. Reinvest the money back into your business for ordering more inventory, for upgrading your photos, for expanding the brand, okay? This is how you snowball your business. This is how you build a big brand that can make $50,000 per month. It's not about getting rich overnight. It's about building steadily and reliable income in the long term. So in this video, I showed you how you can start your Amazon FBA business if you are on a low budget. So yes, it's absolutely possible to start Amazon FBA if you have $1,000 to $1,500. Be resourceful, start small, improve the product, and focus on branding. If you found this helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos about selling on Amazon and also motivational videos. Also, don't forget to grab my free list of 30 potential products that you can sell on Amazon. You can find the link in the description. And if you want to get Helium-10 for your product research and for your keyword research, I have a 20% off for you for the first 6 months. You can get it by clicking the link in the description. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!